should be there. And whether that's because of the players they've got, the backroom staff, DarkZero gave themselves that expectation and sort of laid it out for everyone.
To facilitate Blackbeard. You see Fultz moving in quickly into shot, but we see somebody, I was about to say, ratting behind one of the other cocktail bars, and Rive will be able to finish that one off pretty quickly. Kino looking to gain some increased tempo. Ooh, committing. Raid tries to take that fight, ends up regretting it, yet SSG maintained their advantage. A very strong hold. Strong as how
Ying, something like that could have just opened things up as opposed to Fultz just blindly trying to push on through. Rival gonna pick up another kill now over onto Kino, and with Nua's pretty low. Round one isn't looking too good at all. Low or not, that DMR headshot's gonna rip him to bits anyway. Leaves a lot for J90.
A headshot with any gun would have got the job done there. Nice find on a Giddy, playing on the red stairs. Loses a lot of HP in the process. Dream was playing and raiding earlier, and as you can see, once SSG realized their positioning, he's pulled all the way back into the site. We'll land that final kill.
And not beating themselves up too much about things. They will be looking to try and take into this top floor again. Now they've got a little bit more disruption, but oh no. Dream just holding the flat angle there with that DMR. Just got to show the power of those weapons.
Kino doing something we've seen before, repelling into the established, but aware somebody might be behind the cocktail bar. Pushes Dream out, but actually can't find him until the second bout. And forced into a drop, but trying to find a little gap through. Sledge open the rotate hole into Laundry and get the diffuser down. NGR, good coverage. Fultz might be frozen, but the diffuser goes down successfully. Rival playing it very passively and ends up walking in front of J90. The Sledge much stealthier than I think even he anticipated. Aiden, who long tried to effectuate that retake. Now the only last vestige of this defense, and the attack retreats in restore. Actually goes straight back through Bakery, ironic enough. And you can clearly see why. It doesn't want to run into the fire. Will be forced back as Fultz also down, I believe, not only through the smoke, but through a vertical angle, perhaps. Might have been Giddy. Ooh, who domes NJR all the way across the Bakery display case. Aiden trying to lock down the small bake position, but swinging a glass in the smoke is probably the least advisable thing anybody can do in this round. Quick trade, as these early rounds have been very back and forth between both teams. Though both times, SSG...
Red stairs. Dancing with them around the bottom of wedding window as well earlier, and Kino just going to try and do what he does best, hop himself in and make something happen.
Ooh, and he will get one, but SSG, probably the most impressive thing we've seen so far. Well, that shot, that quick reaction from Kino might just beat that. But SSG have done an excellent job reading into DarkZero's play. Not only the initial rush, but even the rotation upstairs. Players ready for it in mining, and it's an easy pre-fire from...
And I feel like the cart is just being put in front of the horse a little bit.
Priority for Spacestation Gaming. You can see DarkZero slowing things down quite a bit. I mean, at exactly this point, every single opening kill in the past 3 rounds had already occurred. Well, it's actually not that much slower in this go-around as SSG knocked their 4th in a row, but a player hopping out of the window to take down NJR, and considering the defense still has a C4, I think it's a pretty good trade, and the follow-up onto the Blackbeard.
Trade. It's a kill for Dream and immediately drops off. Back down to the safety of the site. Fultz thought upstairs was clear. Top of those red stairs, likely pick this up as a freebie. There's just no idea from Nuas.
Changing mag.
Even the F2 can't deal with Raid right now. Can he find the final one? No. Pre-firing for all he was worth, but J90 cleans him up. 30 seconds, 3 kills to find. Damaging onto Aiden. I don't feel like he's got the sufficient info. And on the flip side, we've got Dream and Gitty and Aiden all alive. 2 scanners to boot. It ain't going to be an easy one.
No, and it won't be one at all. Another round.
And DZ, they look scared to even get into the building, Links.
And what the hell was that? SSG. I mean, if DarkZero is scared to enter the building, SSG have no fear just swinging out of it. Dream is swinging people outside a white window, standing on cocktail balcony. I've not even seen that angle before. In the AK-12, looking to try and salvage something, even if it's just their pride. A pre-fire lands one. 2 players isolated inside of dining, and as we can tell, the other one back on Brown, but with a lethal backstab. Giddy, who's been also doing quite well these past few rounds. 4 and 3 at the moment, but 2 opening. Only got 1 C4 and 2 impact grenades remaining. One of them already lost, but that's DarkZero's first opening pick this whole half, and maybe that's the difference maker.
Let's try and deny this, and it looks like he's flamed off.
He's flamed off and is trying to take a direct fight down the hatch, but he's been flashed in the process. And I was going to say, I see the gamble, but because of one flashbang, Dream is a dead man walking. Raid's fully pushed back and isolated in VIP, and that makes this a 1v5 essentially for Aiden. We've got 4 people on this crossfire at the moment, making sure Raid does not get out alive. Aiden moving to support, but everyone from DarkZero is playing for the kills. They sense the win condition and are not going for the plan. They are pushing deeper. Find Aiden standing at the brown bar. Double kill for Kino, and this is looking like these kills will have impact. As Raid in a 1v5, it'll be a flawless. No, not a flawless. As a trade at the end.
A hard hold, you're not going to be getting caught off guard, hopefully. If you're familiar, 2 old styles of attack on Cafe.
Be careful of. At the moment, 3 players up top, 2 on the middle floor. Dream with that Blackbeard will repel in. Newer's on the opposite side, and the smoke canister detonates at Dream's feet. Got to back up on a new balcony, or excuse me, cocktail balcony to try and escape. First kill breaks DarkZero's way with Dream not isolated. He's got a player on the new balcony side who can add a gun to the situation. He's got nobody immediately around him, and that can make things very risky. A great find on the Fultz down below, but again, an easy 1-for-1 for DarkZero. It ends up tied, even in the HP count, which is kind of crazy, though.
Managing to keep himself out of trouble at the moment, but there will be a time here when he has to go for an engagement.
Ooh, unfortunately, NGR goes for one. Catches the player moving through the Banshee. A little lacking. Raid, big trade. Newers and Aiden still on low HP. Might come down to which of these players falls. Aiden being the aggressor with only 10 seconds remaining. It seems much more likely to be him. No, it's Ray to be the next one. And Aiden, 3K for NG.
So effectively, but Kino rocking the cave. I don't like the TCSG. That kind of goes into a point.
Electrified walls, but I was gonna say we can just bump all that to another topic. Dream has found a complete way into dining with the diffuser as well. You can see a lot of defenders in the reading position, but also downstairs. Dream pushes even deeper, catches the pulse with a heartbeat scanner out. Clocks him in the face. Giddy, I think, secures the kill, though. And Vulcan Pack Pop will cut off the player's rotation back into Pillar, but the attack has just been falling apart around this blitz. He's made it through somehow, finds a line through everything, survives much longer than anticipated. And DarkZero keep them out. 2 rounds in a row.
There on the reverse. Collapse has to happen here.
It's going to be a double swing, but I think a triple crossfire on the VIP position. But Raid, stationary, ends up opening up his arms to the C4. But boy, have these rounds been close. 2 in a row, and neither side able to get a clear lead. SSG might have the advantage, but both of the previous have come down to 2v2s. And they could very well here. Kino catching a line on 1 will secure that kill, potentially next with that DMR, but on such low HP. Got to back up for the next engagement. Has a C4, so can evade the gunfight entirely, but 2 DMRs trained on both remaining attackers in Freezer. It'll be difficult as SSG vary the angles. A great pre-fire with the pistol, anticipates it perfect.
Wall from being open. I think that they did a really good job of calling it there. Big saving grace here is that SSG have a lack of soft breach. Yeti has 3 breaching charges, but that's about it.
Ooh. Shotgun on shotgun violence on White Stairs. I don't think Dream even gets a shot off in that scenario. Difficult position. Smoke canisters going out too. That's JNI's last one. It's not a lot to deny the plant. Just warding off ever more time. Kino eventually found. Ooh, great spray through the smoke. Recurring motif for you and I's games as we've been casting the NA League. It works out great. You can see the win condition for DarkZero, though. Even though SSG have recovered the diffuser 15 seconds ago, Fultz down below with a C4. Newers does not have one. NGR can do the same on the lateral. On the horizontal, try and fend this off. Oh, pre-fire. Knocks Giddy low and knocks him to the dirt. Newers good for a kill as well. Fultz doesn't even need to get active. Some early loss of utility to the Mozzie Pest, but just early util clears overall. Though Capitol Bolts actually being expended very early. Smoke bolts and I think both fire bolts as well. Even smoke canisters going out. Massive exchanges early on. And even quick control in the mid-round. Sledge and Striker creeping into mining. Not even barely even a minute into this, his Dream's gone down. Giddy, I think, just a little bit separated from the rest of the team. She's the game plan devolving a little bit for Spacestation Gaming. There's a clear ideology for Aiden, Rival, and even Raid. The other two maybe left on the fringes and unable to pick up the pieces. Aiden is inside of the site, by the way. Domes Kino on the White Stairs. But I don't think this attack ever got off the ground. DarkZero, red stairs angle covered. Player likely on the hatch. Look down, catch him, walking through the fireplace. DarkZero uncontested in round 11. Likely moving up 6-5 right after this on their map pick as well. Recovering from an early loss in the attacking side, but Rival still feels that he might have something in hand. Nice flick, a lot deeper, but I mean, Ollie, you look at this, triple crossfire, it's just not happening.
No, I mean, it shouldn't do, should it? We see crazy things happen sometimes, though. With 42 seconds, we've got to give him his due, but Unfortunately, J90 is going to be just around. Now maybe just thinking, maybe I tuck in and hope that nobody knows that I'm there. Fultz just trying to transition past these track stingers. It's going to take a good portion of damage, as are the rest of DarkZero as they just start dropping like flies.
Rival keeping good watch on it, but SSG too wide of a lead for the rest of the team to overcome, except if Kino might have something to say about it. Might be destined for OT, but clear information on one player as the others drop down the red hatch. Ooh, Dream down in the process, but everyone around the corner ready to trade.
For both sides. Dream's trying to target some of the electrification here and just clear the way for Rival to start opening up into bathroom.
Oh,
do some brilliant swing there. J90 just catching some really unfortunate timing, but a great response. P4 from NJR from below, and now his position's known. Giddy's got to turn his attention.
I gotta say, the trades this series for both teams have been some of the best I've seen this stage. But at the last moment, it breaks away towards DarkZero, and now Dream, well, he can't have a single one of his kills traded out and mitigated by the defense. Clear information on one player, but minimal opportunity to deal with it right now. Z-ping on the pulse, in the corner, in reading. Can he land a pre-fire through the wall? Oh, moves right at the last second. Bad luck gets even worse for the leader on SSG. Puts a 1 HP through his team's own.
Found out on the drone here as well. Fultz just having a glance around at his teammates' monitors. Enables the kill onto J90. I mean, that is the best view we could
get this 5v4. Something of their attacking side, they did not have quite a bit. They only got one opening pick that first half, and now this go around, it seems like their third attacking win of the series might just be the one that does it. 5v2, a picture-perfect early game, forcing Aiden back, clear line of sight on red stairs, but the Goyo just has to retreat. Not much you can do. Giddy trying to bet this all on a lurk, and it'll have to be the house. Needs to win everything here. 1v5, and probably the worst thing, 1 minute and 25 seconds, and DarkZero are droning and getting vertical destruction. They are not letting this guy live.
They've got so much time to work with as well. I think Nuez has an inkling with the way that he's looking, but the Fultz drone is all but going to confirm it. Then Gitty has to move straight into the line of the vert. A flawless round for DZ to close map number 1. That's exactly how we were expecting those attacks to look all game long.
If they lost it to SSG, that was what set them apart, especially in the later rounds, because DarkZero started to understand, all right, we might just lose one in this aggressive fight. We just got to make sure that we're bouncing back and following through with that trade so we can maintain that man advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Kino, 16 and 13. I mean, those are some numbers. But I mean, it's numbers across the board. There's not really any singular.
Used to be on this roster, so you can kind of look back at the old SSG data. See high up there. Very often banned against them and very often played when.
Rival, pistol in hand, trying to do a solid snake impression as the Candela goes out, sprints on through, might be blinded in the process, but gets the exact line of sight he needs before his vision is lost. Quick trade by DarkZero, some of the desk highlighted. Really good on these defenses on Cafe and now as well, minimizing these advantages, but SSG gain it again. Full flashed in the corner is J90, but no diffuser control for the attack as they continue to decimate the defensive setup inside of Arsenal. J90 stuck in this corner, though with a slimmer lead than SSG might hope. Candelas might be what do it though, as they go forth. J90 forced to swing out front, can't find any clear angle, a lengthy pre-fire. Rival, another with the pistol. I don't know why Rival is making it harder for himself, but clearly there must be some possibility of one of the 2 C4s from below. Newer's on the off angle, trying to catch someone on the main window, but will lose the Kiva barrier and likely log the element of surprise, trying to play for more, but Giddy finds that one out. SSG showing they're aware of all these tricks that they might find. Dream attempting the diffuser, but I think falls off very quickly. Giddy lethal on these windows. A third? No, not if Raid has anything to say about it. He wants in on the action. He felt he died too much on Cafe, so he's in the action on Club. Deathmark Tracker in the 1v3, probably just the most heartbreaking way to end it for NJR. Low HP doesn't add anything to his column. And SSG even setting up a cutoff and a crossfire. Does Kino check? Does he wait? No way. You can see he's scared about it, but Aiden swinging down, I think through dirt, finds the big kill. Forces the retreat from DarkZero, but everybody from SSG now flooding into the site. DarkZero can't quite gain a hold. Stuck inside of Moto. An excellent line by Giddy. Can net the kills, but they've got the push into the site. They've got the control, and that's what matters. Moved into the post. Giddy still with all 4 Candelas. And Raid trying to activate the Dokkaebi call, but the upstairs roamer's still present. Stop that powerful utility from being activated. Giddy as well, and a shield in a 3v3 is workable, but a shield in a 1v3, Dream's got to find a hell of a way out of this one, and with everyone surrounding, smelling blood in the water, it's just not gonna happen. A nail biter, an unexpected one at that, but DarkZero with their first in the counter defuse.
SSG's problem there. We're going to join exactly where we left off at the start of round number 4. That's going to be an aggressive Shimika play, but it's going to be matched with an equally aggressive Dream barreling in on the blitz, immediately taken care of by NJR, but the kills don't stop coming for SSG. 3 for both Rival and Raid as they storm through that top floor, moving up those main stairs at the same time as the Logi drop came out.
Oh, and Newer's unfortunately traded out by Giddy, so now J9O will have to clutch a 1px. J9O, in terms of utilities, in the better position. It is really DarkZero on the, or SSG on the man count that have the advantage. Keep on the window, great pre-fire on Giddy. A lot of HP lost to that DMR, and that's just good enough for the trade. Aiden nails it down, SSG.
Very quickly, do we continue to hold this space, or do we try and consolidate and back up and get ourselves onto the site? At the moment, the call has been to hold the space. Pulse is going to do just exactly that. The FNAT catching Gitty out perfectly. Unusual to see that utility not dealt with, and he's going to go on a tear off the back of it. 2 kills do come in response, though. Aiden and Dream both grab one for themselves. J9O and Fultz now taken out of the picture. With Aiden picking up a 3rd, this is looking dangerous again.
Very dangerous indeed as Aiden's found his way into the site. 3K to be found. NGR lining up a couple. Three players in the long angle. Ace downed in the process. NGR actually taking remarkably little damage from that engagement. Dream might be able to get this diffuser down in the process, but on the fall off, NGR could find him. Flashbang goes out, but he dodges it. One of the most patient players in this lobby and in North America. And has about 28 seconds to play with, looking for the pre-fire, looking for the angle on Jacuzzi, but can't find anything. He knows Dream is in there. He knows it. As much as he knows the sun's gonna come up tomorrow, but no, has to check so many angles. Down secret stairs. Won't happen, at least for the moment. But some good information gathered by DZ early on, and similar to before, I think, well, this one's gonna go a lot slower, especially now that Kino domes Rival through that angle. Still some flashes, some smokes. Actually, quite a few flashes and some smokes. You can see that secondary utility pour into the church position. Both defenders tucked very tight around the corner. Seeing down some smoke canisters as well. Kino ready for the follow-up. Kino ready for the triple. Triple down from SSG, and it is a flawless and 4.
I'm imagining they understand what SSG's game plan is. And they're going to be focusing exactly on denying the walls.
Yep.
Punishing the roam game here that SSG have attempted on this opening side of basement.
Ooh, NJR taking a fight with Aiden through the con hatch. Ella on the fadeaway gets by J9O. The options are highly limited for DZ. Will send out all their Capital utility. Dream with a little bit of a one-way as he sees the Blackbeard drop. Oh, the smoke just a bit too far to DarkZero's right. Kino with a clear, or Dream with a clear angle onto Kino and Fultz. Not even close for Spacestation Gaming. 5-2. Had DarkZero dead.
Great info being found on the drone of Newers. Is anyone in position to do anything about it? Maybe he's going to try and challenge onto this himself. Oh, beautiful stuff. Lion scan comes out. Bit of info on the drone. Boom. Aiden, a star player from SSG, sent to the cameras as the opening pick. Although it's come at the halfway point, past the halfway point, excuse me, of the round. So not exactly an early pick, but one that DZ should still be able to leverage.
Somebody, I was about to say, trying to leverage another pick. We see Rival creeping up to the CC window, secures the kill there. Dream on support, but also the site, little lacking on presence. Everyone pushed into construction, CCTV and Logi. DarkZero immediately just hop in, J9O with the next kill, and not really a whole lot Giddy can do to recover this position. Despite the 2 C4s, Dream and Giddy are on just full crossfire mode. Ready for the attack to potentially creep around the corner. Giddy with the initiative, get a great SMG-12 spray. Another one popped by J9O, though. Basically makes it impossible for Giddy to work through. The vertical angle, not much to be done. DarkZero is still on the 2-round deficit.
Construction, but even then he's not out of the woods. J9O is going to be holding the cross on this con window. Oh, but almost too close to call. He gets downed in the process, still down Rival, but with Fultz falling and Rival likely recoverable, this is a nightmare
Oh, and it gets even worse. Kino down for the count. NGR with a quick trade, but trapped in a razor blue maelstrom. The wall from Newers. Sama attempting to break the wall on red side, but shot in the process. Oh, a pre-fire that takes every single shot. NGR's mag and not a lick of it. Hits rival on 1 HP. 6-3 for Space Station Gaming. Cafe long in the rearview mirror. They are looking.
We will get another round of banning ahead of any further round.
Excuse me, pressuring rivals so early. Force the council back down to the site. I do believe we have Raid all the way in strip at the moment. Newer's second one-tap.
Raid in a really good spot, though. Potential
really?
for one at the least here as he takes Fultz down. Utilizing Scopos' scanner. I fancy him for another here, honestly. He has to play this with his life.
He's
oh
got
my
to.
goodness. Hello? Kino! We've just seen somebody die from strip side, and we're not pushing the guy strip. No, surely Raid doesn't get another.
No! What? How's he got away with this? Creeping down the main stairs as well with Blackbeard and his back turned. Not only is our DarkZero unaware, they've completely forgot about Raid over in strip. Passive breaks through the wall. Can take shelter behind the reinforcements. He hears them begin to rotate. Only 20 seconds remaining. Might have controlled the diffuser, but it just takes one shot. One bullet to the head and maybe two to the body to be the end of him. And there it goes. 7-3 for SSG.
Scoreline, I'm going to go out there and call that one-sided. SSG apps insight into how the comms are flowing for SSG.
And yet, still despite all that, they don't have a clear way in just yet. Kino's still looking for an angle, still looking for a spot through. Finally gets some eyes on the Thor. A very good flick on a Dream. Mows down 2 with the pistol. And yet Giddy, playing patient behind the smoke, might have just slipped through, but no, Kino turns around. The shield protects him, and Giddy finding minimal impact on a tear is this blitz, carving his way through the site and avenging NJR better than anybody else could.
Heartbreach
On the middle floor. Newers with the Soliton scanner could maybe find these players lurking. Never mind, it's actually the Blitz who's found them. But Aiden, bit of a 180 fake out. Domes Kino, drops the diffuser and rocket, and any hope of recreating round 1 is just died with Kino.
I mean, if the round wasn't cemented when Fultz dies in Warehouse on the Ram, and you've got all that vert to make, it was when Kino dies on the Blitz. We've now got a crouch walk into site, but Dream isn't even going to let them put a toe into this site. All down to J90 and Gitty there to pick up the pieces.
Find one, but finding an Azami playing up push pretty deep behind the main desk is not going to be a big shock to anybody. Aiden, again, second time defending this site that he gets a C4 kill early on. It's not NGR, it's Newers this time. It's NGR. We've improved. He's only the second one to die instead of the first. J90 tries to pick up the pace with a Ying shotgun play. It costs all of his Candelas and gets, I think, maybe about nothing in the process. Fultz dies right behind Kino on the opposite side. He's left to recreate that 3K in the same position with less resources, less time, less ground, and more bodies to cut through. Now in a 1v4, albeit with 2 players downed. And Raid on low HP, you are wishing you had another Candela here. A pre-fire onto Giddy, but no, Aiden's get the first and the last. SSG.
It's removed now by SSG just to seal that deal. Oh no, they're going to go for the
information, but you know that's there. Kino, 1 HP because of that Razor Bloom. 1 HP. Whether they missed the track or he thought he could get it, not too sure, but we see the Gershmont getting aggressive, but oh no, SSG maybe overplaying their hand a little bit. J90 on the backup. Gets a 2-piece to start things off, and coming out of the tactical timeout, DarkZero build that into what is looking like a flawless attack. Not on the top floor. It's a Bugs briefing defense, mind you. But all the action taking place around R6 room, around green stairs, and a Candela prep to hunt Raid down. Backing up. Will evade any of the negative consequences of that primary utility, but Fultz has got in the position, putting that diffuser down, and this is where DarkZero deny us any kind of fun. They'll play it normal, they'll play it passive. It's a 5v1 post plan. There's just simply no way they choke this.
Surely there's no way, right? There it is. The flawless comes through. Newers eventually picking up that final kill as Raid was left with. There's still somebody out there. Still someone out of bed, so to speak, after hours. And it is going to be Aiden. Takes J90 down on the Twitch. And whatever he does from here is a bonus. picked himself up the opening pick. Comes at around the minute mark. He's able to take a drone out as well and continues to be a thorn in the side of this attacking push.
Dream causing some problems as well as Kino still facing some difficulty. Shot stops it entirely, going for the second. This one seems like it'll pop, and Dream maybe trying to catch it on the pre-fire, but no, that should be the end of him.
Swapping max!
Chipping away at the block are DarkZero, as Newers has used all his primary utility just to acquire that smoke. Doesn't really have any good ways in at this point. Folds the one around the corner. Great positioning by Giddy, just to get in that little gap of information, keep DZ in the dark, and keep DZ out of the round. Been on the right side of so many of these opening engagements early on, in a difficult spot right now. Downs Kino in the process. This man cannot catch a break on the entry. Nade just to the right. How does he make it out? He gets another! Aiden can do no wrong in the early game as he's completely stunted. Dark.
Two opening picks there. Newers now wondering what to do. Eventually hops himself out of the window, picks Aiden up as he's rotating up.
Newers again trying to make a lurk happen. Might be 4-4, but these have been a bit shaky, in part because SSG have been so good at keeping watch, but Newers finally gets something. Takes a lot of HP, but still, it's something. Catches the head, ooh, but down soon after. It just gets even worse. J90 and NJR cannot believe that these two in a late round is literally allowed by the rulebook. But with one prone around the corner, I don't think NJR is aware of this. Looking at the long angle, he's got no idea. Prone around the corner, rival hops up, almost gets the second. But J90 turning his attention to this 1 versus 2. One air jab to lock off, just one single rotation. Can make the cross, diffuser in hand. Turn his attention towards the rotate hole, but shot through the soft wall. Peppered, put even lower, even in worse straits as SSG get
Caught off guard. They're allowing these comebacks to happen. They're allowing these refrags.
Final few rounds. I mean, it's so crazy that we keep finding ourselves in this position for us.
See how that continues though, as Dream keeps creeping up the Z hallway. Catches sight of about 2 defenders. Kino, ooh, down by a quick pre-fire from Aiden. 5-1 on the entry so far, by the way. Doing the most for Spacestation Gaming.
There's one player that you want behind your shield, it's going to be Aiden, isn't it? Especially with an AK-12 in his hand. Absolutely lethal. Newers taking a little bit of damage there through the vert as rivals continuing to open that up. Aiden, back for business. 2 kills. He's got himself tucked inside a storage right now. And he's going to find a third. You can't just keep challenging him from the same angle like that. J90, he might be on the 2-bar, he might have the DMR, it might be one of the better weapons in the game right now. But I think for even him, a 4 versus 1 is potentially a little bit of a stretch too far. Going to attempt the C4. It gets sent out, but clips. Oh no. Clips onto Tetris. It is going to down Dream in the process. Gitty can move through to recover that diffuser. I tell you what, I fancy Aiden for this last one. No, it's going to be Rival. Snatches it out from underneath him. And you
Trying to waste time. Deny the control here. Don't want to give too many angles to SSG. Oh, Aiden! The timing looks the other way, and NJR gets the better of him. One of those unlucky turns of fate, but NJR ready for it, latches onto it, and gives DarkZero a much-needed reprieve. Their second opening pick this entire series, their first dominant advantage. SSG, a 5v3 suddenly becomes even in only a few seconds.
left with little option.
Little options at all. Dokkaebi call will go out. Maybe give some late run information. Oh, great spot by NJR. Huge couple frags in these past couple rounds, or in this round specifically. Raid good for 1, but the time is so low. No control of the diffuser. It's got to be DarkZero. Just has to be in these final 2 seconds. If not on kills, then certainly on the time. 1 round, but still 2 more to go before we tie things up. We're
going to see it again here because that is a heck of a lot open now.
And even then, it might just be an obstacle that SSG are stuck thinking, do we take care of it? Do we deal with it? Do we avoid it? Aiden hopping in. On the backside finds Folds, but Newer is still causing chaos on the top floor. Giddy, the next to fall to that vector. A lot of explosives thrown towards Aiden, but he's worked his way out of trickier spots. Can this one be no different? Shotgun around the corner. Oh, not even a bad decision. Just checking another angle. Kino, so many frags. DarkZero.
Their way back into this fixture.
It seems that they're resigning themselves to the horizontal shotgun. They'll spot the Clash, and again, the difficult position. The Clash can scan at that hallway, tell if anybody's moving up Rocket. feeds that information to J9O. Feels emboldened to take the fight. More uncertainty, less opportunities. Two of their players weakened. Aiden and Dream both low as Fultz spotting more and more players. Aiden finally with one. As the utility goes through, it is just so ever painfully slow. And finally, SSG make their way in. Dream trying to put this diffuser down, but stuck in the fire. Aiden might get the next kill, but SSG quite soft, quite vulnerable. Kitty pushing deep, finds a big kill, but he switches! Fultz good for 3! Demolishes their hopes! And it's a tie game!
I can't believe that phone call is only going to confirm what Gitty already knew, and that is that there are players occupying space upstairs inside of R6. A narrow chance at a bit of a pre-fire. A C4 ripped from J9O and sent out, shot before it can be detonated. Fultz with another, shaping up to be a flawless here for DZ. Rival and Gitty both on opposite side of things, and now just getting flamed out.
And Giddy completely shut out of this round. 1v5 on top of green stairs. We'll find one that will all likelihood be impactless. C4 to do the trick. 4 in a row for DarkZero.
Starts to matter. DZ on the flip side. These players have been there and done it.
Oh!
They're showing us just exactly what it takes to get there. Nua's a spawn peak on match and steer with an engagement here inside a missile, but doesn't need to overcommit to it. Instead, can just further back up. He can let the other players take that burden. Nua's, he's on for 2 on the round.
Especially with Razor Bloom still being deployed. Any gaps that might exist can still be plugged up by J9O and the rest. Look at this crossfire. It's gonna be a flawless, it seems. Dream completely stuck, watching Salt Lake City chances melt in front of his eyes. A trade to end it, but basically a consolation at the end of the day.
There, we've got Kino standing by as we welcome him in and congratulate him on this victory, my man. What a finish. As the newest addition to this team, to go from joining the team just, what, a few months ago, to now making the major. I take it things are going pretty well?
Pretty well, if I have to say so. It's been awesome to be next to these guys. Living legends, just fun guys, and now we got it done. It was hard. Gotta give props to the other teams. Wildcard yesterday, SSG today. Hard games. Took it, everything for me. I'm exhausted, but got it done.
I mean, Kino, you're a living legend yourself.
Thank you, Fox. I miss you guys.
Miss you too. I mean, talking about the hard games, you guys faced your first loss of Kickoff, of the inception of this team yesterday. Was that something that you guys had to overcome today? It felt like there was maybe a couple of rounds that you guys were playing a little underconfident.
Maybe underconfident. Maybe we got in our heads a little bit. Maybe, who knows? But no, I don't think the match from yesterday is what affected today. For us, like, you know, infinite game. We're just playing what's ahead of us. So
Yeah.
Both of the games were like separate, just their own thing.
I mean, you can speak from your guys' perspective. You guys didn't lose up until yesterday. How important is it to at least have had a loss yesterday? You know, there was a lot to learn from. There's more to learn from losses than there are wins. What were the main takeaways for you guys? It's good that we saw it sooner than, you know, today.
Yeah, I've said this before many times, and I'll say it again. Nothing prepares you for a game than a loss does. It just shows you, you know, all the gaps, all the mistakes, and, you know, everything that a win won't really show. So, you know, it's good. I mean, good to get it out the way. Yeah, obviously. But, you know,
everything I said in the pre-show. Love that.
Yeah, maybe, you know, maybe the major, you know, would be, you know, different without losses. I mean, just losing is just good. You just learn so much from it.
For sure.
So it goes.
Well, Kino, obviously, I want to congratulate you and the team on SLC. I know you're exhausted, and just to think you have another game ahead. But before I let you go, I need you to get your IGL on the mic, because I have to talk about that round 10 on that clash. And so he can run us through exactly what happened in that moment.
Oh, he's just left the room. I don't know. It's going to take him a while.
He's gonna go grab him. He's gonna go grab him. Fultz can't.
I don't know if you heard me, but
Fultz can't get away this time. He got away last time from interviews because he was in his own home. He's here with you guys.
They are asking about the clash play.
Nah, throw the mic on him. We're gonna show it to him so he can run us through. You there, Fultz?
Wait, I can't hear. don't have earbuds.
Yeah, I don't think you can hear us, though.
Hop in one of those earbuds. Yo, toss him one, Kino.
Always going for the
Oh,
speakers.
alright.
Oh, he's got the fancy tech.
Keena's putting it on the speakers.
Technical support coming in.
Kino, you could just tell him that we're going to show him the clip of his clutch and for him to walk us through it. He's too
Okay, I can
locked
hear
in.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Fultz, I want to congratulate you guys. You guys had one hell of a series to get here, and I want to talk about the round 10 in that moment where you were Clash. I just want you to run us through everything that was led into that moment until the very end.
Yeah, I mean, things were looking bad, so I just pulled out El Clasico. I'll just get on the Clash. And then I like saw everyone like, yo, they're pushing through. And then nobody was dying, so, you know, just whipped that beast on the back and got after it.
Now, I do want to ask, Fultz, I mean, I talked about this in the series in Nighthaven Labs versus Wildcard. You specifically on the Clash, you guys were finding a lot of success. You were controlling a lot of that aggression. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, how come you guys never pivoted back to using the Clash on those defensive halves?
For today or Nighthaven?
Yesterday.
I think it's kind of map and like band dependent. Because yesterday what worked very well is we like third band Ram.
Yeah.
And then that allowed us to like kind of consolidate more and use the Clash. But maybe, I mean, you guys are definitely right. Like in hindsight, I definitely probably should have brought it more, especially with how they were playing. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say. Maybe you guys need to start shooting me some DMs.
I'm just mid-round, I'm going to go Fultz. Maybe you need to bring that Clash back out.
Yeah.
well,
check pause. Just check the phone.
I think I'll get in trouble.
Thanks for hopping on with us, Fultz, last minute. We really appreciate it. Congratulations, Kino. We will catch you guys later, all right?
All right. See you guys.